Welcome, my beautiful achievers. I'm so happy to be here with you. I am Vanessa Raymond, your confidence and success coach with the Victory in Business Accountability and Success Call. So with that said, let's get our accountability on today. Let's get pumped for the week. And I always feel it's so good just to voice your goals, and whether someone is following up with you or not, just the whole feeling of putting it out there and reaffirming it for yourself really helps us to be more deliberate. You know, you've heard me talk about being deliberate in your business, being more deliberate about what our week holds. So with that said, why don't we just start with you, Carol? It's so good to have you back here. And I love that painting behind you. It is absolutely breathtaking.
My daughter's up in the Amish community, there was an artist who painted it. And then her friend, who's a photographer, blew it up for her. So it went from an oil to a massive print.
It is so beautiful. Hold on one sec. I want to put my phone on do not disturb because I'm already there we go.
We all reach for our phones, right?
Yeah, I know. Awesome. So it's beautiful. And you used it in the back of your video too, which was lovely. It really was lovely.
So my thing I want to do, and I want to get clarity. Okay. So we're to make that 1 minute video, right? That intro, and then a list of our services. Is that what it is? You guys call it a catalog?
Yes.
So is it just the services that I'm doing, or is it also products that I have?
Everything.
It is everything.
Everything that can bring you revenue, anything and everything that you have that you can sell, go in there.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Because that's very helpful. And so if I make that list and I send it to you, what is it with that? What do I need to send to you?
I will send you some information on that, Carol, but basically we have a few templates that we created with care that we can use for you guys. And basically what we do is we need all the text, all the copy that you want in there. Okay. And what I can do is I can send you an example. I can send you mine.
Okay.
And you can see how it's laid out.
Okay.
And then you can create yours according to that. And then what we do is we put it together and then we send it to you to edit. And if there's stuff that we're missing, we'll leave those pages blank. And then you can go and fill it in and then send it back to us. And then we finish it up for you. So we work together to get it the way you want.
Okay. Thank you.
No worries.
that is my goal. The
goal this week is to get your catalog done. Also, for the catalog, the more high resolution pictures that you can send us, any kind of images you want in there for your business, for you, we at least need one good headshot of you. And then also just any images that you want in there. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Kim. So any images that you want in there. Now we can also go and find images. So if there's, because we have a Shutterstock membership, right? Sure. So you can purchase images if you don't know what to put there or you don't have the images. Just tell us what you're looking for and we can find it for you.
Okay.
Is that helpful?
Yes, very much. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. Fantastic. So good to see your beautiful smiley face, Miss Sarah and Miss Kim. Sherry, do you want to share your goal for this week?
My goal this week is finishing the editing on my third book. It is massive. It's reaching about 250 pages at this point.
Awesome.
And that's trimming it down. So it's crazy. I did something amazing. I upgraded my video editing program and they took care of a bunch of issues. So I've already got my videos set up to shoot out at the end of the week. And on Thursday, I'm the first guest on a podcast.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Which is really cool. And she's going to have me back tons of times for this specific controversial podcast.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Congratulations and good luck. Have a wonderful, wonderful podcast interview. They're fun. I love them.
Yeah, she and I get along really well, and it's a subject that I happen to know a lot about, which is crazy because I shouldn't. But, you know, life sends you in all sorts of strange directions. So that's really exciting and really cool because it's just another form of exposure. And that's how you have to do everything, is getting yourself out there in so many ways that people just have no choice but to start noticing, taking interest.
Wonderful. Give me a show of hands. Who here are looking for podcasts to guest on? Absolutely. Okay, so I've been having this wonderful relationship with a couple of other achievers, and we've been sharing podcast hosts. And so, you know, I'll introduce you ladies to some of the people that I have been on with. Because the podcast people are always looking for people to interview. And, you know, I have been sharing and I have been introducing, but I don't always know who's open to it. So if you are all open to it, I actually just did a podcast this last week that was really fun and awesome. She lives in LA and she loves interviewing women. And so I will connect you all with her. Her name's Li Min Wang. And she's all about women empowerment and, you know, women finding their brilliance and all that beautiful stuff. Hi, Charles. Welcome. So I will, you know, do me a favor, and each one of you just shoot me a text or an email to remind me, because I get off this call and I go, oh, who was it again? Who was all there? Who wanted to be? So, because my brain leaves me sometimes. All right. Thank you, Sherry. So yeah, so with that said, whenever you are on a podcast and you think that I would be a good option for that person, I would also love referrals, ladies and gentlemen. So let's keep each other in mind, and let's share and all get visible. All right, Kim, how are you today?
I'm very good. I've made it through 5 events in a row with 1 more to go. And then I'm going to go study with a Qigong master that I met in Crestone. And Crestone has been on my bucket list for a long time. And he was the go-to person to give tours of all the monasteries and places in Crestone. So I will end up with, we're doing a number of sessions, and the first one will be in person. I've got some preliminary study to do. Yeah, I'll share this. He mentioned Wudang Mountain in China, and I went and looked it up, and it's as if I've lived there. It's fascinating, my whole system. It's very fascinating. So
when are you going?
I will be going. I have an event this weekend through Labor Day, and so I'll be the 8th through the 10th.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so I found an Airbnb to stay in, and my whole body went, meow.
That's wonderful.
And so yeah, it's Earth School is always an amazing journey. I do, so are we just doing that, or can I say a couple other things? Or
a goal for the week.
A goal for the week. Well, I did much better today in getting some things done at the beginning of the week. And that was my commitment last time, and then I'm getting better at that. Oh gosh. Make progress on learning Audacity so that I can finish recording the last bit of my video that I'm working on. And for anybody that would like to see, it's like 90% there, the new video, like being 4. Oh, and my video of the reading of You Were Made for These Times has got over 4,500 views now.
Oh my
God! It's growing by like 50 to 100 a week. So,
wow,
so I'm in this exploration. And that
I
point,
finally pressed follow on your channel. Took me till like a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if you
thank you very
noticed.
much. I'll put my channel down. Anybody else that I've got a little over 200 subscribers. My goal is 1,000.
So everybody join Kim's channel.
Please, all you do
Yeah,
is
please put the
what is
link
it?
in because I don't know what it is.
Okay, so I'll just put it in the chat. Thank you. And so if you, I'm learning. So if you like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell. When you ring the bell, then you can do all notifications. And then you'll see when I put new videos out. Yeah, so it's this honing in on who I am and what I've come to do, which is I'm really usually very different than a common formula. And so there's exploration in process.
Yes, you are. You are
I'm a
special,
different
my
duck.
love.
My joking, I say I came from a womb with a view and I've been out of the box ever since. And I had a dear friend that said, you unique up on people. So I'm looking at how to use these.
Oh
gifts.
my gosh, I just love the way you use words, Kim. You're the best. I love it.
Anyway, so,
Thank you for sharing
okay.
and congratulations. That's
And
wonderful.
thank you.
All right, Charles, welcome. Thanks for joining us. We are all sharing our goal, number one goal for the week. Do you have a goal that you want to reach this week that you want to share with us?
I would like to try and get 500 plus clients.
To get 500 plus clients?
I would like to shoot to get that much.
Okay, okay, but not okay. So how are you going to start? What are you
I
doing?
have
Process.
I have cards to go out.
Okay, good. Cards. Oh, you got your cards. Do they look nice?
Yes.
Your
It's
postcard?
it's a split image of my website.
Okay. All right. Will you put your website in the chat box for everybody if they want to go have a look at what you're doing?
Let me try and figure out how to do so.
Okay, you just go to the bottom of your screen, Charles, and there's a little bubble that says chat underneath it. If you click on that, you can type in there your website, okay? You see
Okay,
it?
got it. I'm working on it now.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Sarah, how are you today, honey?
am well. It's so good. I just love this time together. It's so empowering because we get to hear each other's successes and that it's one step in front of the other and we're all doing it. And I absolutely love that. I was interviewed last week by JC Soto, and he's going to have his preliminary to me by the middle of the week. And so my intention before I see all of us again on next Monday is to have it edited and back to him. He had put something up in Facebook, and so I inquired about that, and it's going to different magazines, and so super excited about that.
Is it a press release?
It is not a press release. It is something that he had offered maybe 2 weeks ago before my Facebook page went down, that he had offered to everybody in Achieve for $249, and then for non-members $499, right?
I did see that. Yes.
And so in the interview, then I'm thinking, okay, he's a military guy. I'm going to have to really explain what I do in Reiki and stuff. And here he is, totally understanding energy. It was such a fabulous, fabulous conversation. So I'm a JC person.
I love JC. He's a wonderful, wonderful human being. He's really someone to, if you have not connected with him yet, do. He's great, and he can do some amazing things for your business. So yeah, thank you, Sarah. Well, if you need help with the editing, let us know. We can also help you with that. Okay, awesome, everyone. So we've all shared our goal for the week. Anybody have any questions or anything else before I go into what I want to share with you this week? Has anyone got questions? Need to get clear on anything? Yes, Kim.
I'll venture out to be a little bit vulnerable here.
That's
some
okay.
of you know me more than others. I'm just in this process of allowing, rather than doing what I'm supposed to do or should do, meaning I have this gift which happens all the time of somebody has a question or a challenge and I just see what to do. I just do. And I've learned to ask if somebody really wants to move forward or not before I, boom. And because I'm not in a place yet to have a lot of clients, that's a cognitive thing. And I'm not, so what do I do with this gift that changes lives in a matter of minutes? Even if I'm going to the grocery store, I mean, it just happens everywhere. What do I do? Just thoughts.
So I'm going to
we're going to end up with an answer right now, but just
yeah. Well, my feeling, Kim, and I'll let others here that are also very intuitive share, but my feeling is that you are just to move at your own pace and go with your intuition, because your intuition is so strong. Don't push it, just let it flow.
Okay.
And when you are prompted to share, ask if you can share, and share when it's welcome. I think what you're doing it right. You've gotten a fair amount of clients from just doing what you're doing. And I feel not to overthink it. I feel to flow with it.
Well, and for me, that was a request to who knew I kept getting to invite, and I feel more comfortable in this group than another one that I'm in.
Right.
So it was just a way to open the door and then see, and it's been several people with head injuries in the last week, and I just know what to do and know what to offer, and I'm a beacon of this hope. Yeah.
Sherry would like to share.
Yeah, Kim, one of the things that I have to repeat to myself over and over and over again, get out of my head and just do. Because the intuitive side knows where to go, knows how things get set up. And when you're really intuitive, you're like always ahead of yourself. And I always do the fishing rod that my team's doing to pull me back. You're not ready yet. Things aren't lined up. Come back, come back. And when someone explained that to me and I went, oh, that makes sense. Just get out of your head, because I can hear you thinking in your head in, how you're going to make this work, but you already are. So just get out of your head and just do and let go of all the rest.
Okay, thank you.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Anyone else have anything to share, or we're good? All right, Kim, I hope that was helpful, honey. I really feel like you're doing the right thing. I think you just need to trust in that.
Well, it's just a reminder I've kept doing this for years, and just trust that, because I'm a little different, and just trust, and we all are in our own ways.
Well, and again, you will draw to you those who need you most.
Yeah.
And that will just happen.
Okay.
Because you're exuding that.
It just does. Okay. No, it's just a nice reminder. Thank you very much.
Good. Awesome. All right. So I'm ready to share. Today, I would like to bring to you a few mindset shifts that can help you dominate your business. I think that we have all gone through so many changes, and the world is going through so many changes, and a lot of it's really scary, actually, right? I mean, if we just look at inflation's at like a 40-year high, gas prices are through the roof, everyone says there's a recession coming, and so all of this stuff, I don't really pay much attention to that, to be honest. I'm not a person that really even watches the news or listens to any of these things. I don't know, you can call it naive, or you can call it ignorant, or you can call whatever you want. For me, that's my kind of bliss. It's just sometimes not paying too much attention to that stuff and living in my own little bubble, doing my own happy thing, right? But it's not like that for everybody. A lot of people right now are frozen. They're feeling frozen because, hey, when big change happens, what do? We kind of freeze. I don't know, what goes through your mind when you think of all these things that is going on in the world? Do you feel like it's derailing you? Or do you feel like it might even be lighting a spark under your booty? What's the feeling here? Who feels derailed and nervous and anxious about it? And who feels inspired by it? Good. Yeah. So, that's really just something I wanted to highlight today, is that we need to always see the opportunity in these times, in these moments, because quite honestly, I'm not big on politics. I'm not big on, the matters of the world. I know it's important and I know what I need to know, but I don't pay too much attention to it, because I believe it's each one of us, our responsibility to keep going and keep moving forward. But as entrepreneurs, these things affect us. They affect us directly. The taxes affect us, the gas prices affect us, all these things. As small businesses, I think we are very vulnerable to those things. However, if we can look further ahead and anticipate instead of be reactionary to these things, it can be a great advantage to us. So what I'm trying to say is that when all these huge changes happen, one of two things happen to people. Number one, they totally freeze and their nerves and insecurities take over, or they shift, they change, they pivot, they see the opportunities. And I want to urge you today to look at the opportunities, because I was listening to a mastermind by Dean Graziosi recently, and he was saying how him and Tony Robbins, their team, had gone out and done all this research, and they figured out that by the year 2028, the self-education industry will be $1 trillion a year industry, right? So it is climbing. And that's the industry we're in, self-education. All of us here, yes, we're healers, we're helpers, but we're educators, right? We're teaching people how to take care of themselves, what to do. And so now is the time to really, because now is the time when everyone's distressed, everyone's nervous, everyone's frozen. How can you change your message to meet them where they are at? How can you repurpose your message and say, hey, I know you're stuck. Let me help you get unstuck. I know you're frozen. Let me help you get unfrozen. I know you're scared. Let me help you get away from that fear, right? So no matter what you do in this industry where we're at, this is the message we want to share now, because this is when people really need us. And this is our opportunity, not to sound greedy, but to capitalize on that, right? This is the time to make our businesses grow because of all the problems that the world is experiencing. And people need us now. So mindset shift number one, don't be reactive. Look ahead. See if you can see around that corner try and anticipate, or not try, do anticipate what is coming. And what I'm telling you is coming is that people want certainty, and we are able to give them that certainty, right? So meet your audience where they are, keep reinventing yourself, and look at your vocabulary to match what's going on. All right, so that's mind shift number one. So mindset shift number two, I want you to think about the power of you can't or I can't, right? How many times do we tell ourselves the time isn't right, we're not ready, I cannot do this, or someone else is telling us, hey, you can't do this, there's no way you can do this. Well, I'm going to tell you right now that that word can't should become your trigger for I must. The moment you hear I can't, that is exactly when you should, when you have to prove them wrong. You have to show them what you can do, right? So every time that voice in the back of your head, or that person, or that someone that's not supporting you, or who's telling you you can't, let that be your cue to actually do it, right? And how do we do that? We do that by asking ourselves more intelligent questions. Because, you know, we tend to ask stupid questions of ourselves when these fears come in, when these like fears and disbelief comes in, we tend to ask the stupid questions. But the smarter questions would be like, okay, so how can I actually get there? You know, or how can I prove them wrong? Or what can I do to shift this to my advantage? What is the thing that you are saying no to? Or sometimes we just do things we shouldn't do, like watch the news too much, right? Instead of asking, oh, why is this going on in the world? Why am I watching this, right? Ask yourself the smarter questions that lead to the answers that are empowering. They are the how questions. How can I get there? How can I shift this to my advantage? How can I prove them wrong? And then, or the whys. Why is this the way it is? And how can I change it? Okay. And then mindset shift number 3, choose progress over perfection. Okay. I know so many of us hold ourselves to these incredibly high standards. And what that does is it stops us from taking action. The only way you can be successful is to jump right in, do that thing, write that book, but write that program, that education program, that specific thing that you want to share. But don't wait till it's perfect before you start releasing it or selling it. We can course correct as we go along. Actually, the smarter thing to do is to, especially with info products, I'm not saying education or when you're writing a book or something large like that, but if you're doing a small course or an info product, as a matter of fact, you should be marketing and selling it before you even create it. Because how many times have you spent so many hours on creating something and then no one's buying it, right? Because you didn't do your market research, or you didn't know whether people would need it or not, or maybe it's not. So what I have found with the smaller courses, like my smaller programs, my Show Up program, my Speak Up and Level Up program, both those programs, I started selling before I even started creating them. And once I sold 5 or 10 of those, I was like, okay, now I'm going to create it because now I have people taking it. Now it's worth my time. As long as you know what it's going to be about and you understand what you're sharing, so you can create a marketing plan and put it together, market it first and then create it, because you know what? You can. You've got it. Okay, Kim, thank you. Kim reposted her link, people. So anyway, those are the 3 things I want you to start really focusing on, changing the habits around those things. Anticipate, don't be reactionary. Sorry, Carol, I'll give you a second. Then mindset shift, you can't, is you must. So whenever you think you can't, that's when you actually got to do that thing. Okay. And then last, progress, do. Don't wait till things are perfect before you put them out there. People need those things now. All right. Carol, you have a question?
Yes. So when you were saying about how you pre-marketed, did you have a date picked out for your thing? How did you formulate that?
I said that so my Show Up program was a Black Friday sale, and I said that I would conduct the course in the first week of the new year. Oh, I would start it in the new year.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I just said it will be in the first month, January. I didn't put a specific date, but I gave myself enough time to create it.
Okay.
So yeah, so I sold it. I think my first round, I sold like 17 of them on that Black Friday sale. And man, I was ready to create it because I already made my money, and at the time I was ready to put the time in, right?
It's awesome.
So that's really the smart way to do it. And again, like I say, if it's an education program that's huge, or it's a book that you're writing, that's a little different. You want to get going before you start pre-selling that. But if it's going to be a quick, like the show program is like a 3-hour thing, easy to put together. So that's really the way to do it, because sometimes we spend all that time creating and then it doesn't make us any money, and we really wasted all that time.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, you guys, we're out of time. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing. I love you all so much. Thanks for coming, Charles, Kim, Sarah, all of you, Sherry. Okay, I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye, next Monday.